Leadership crisis looming in the United Kingdom. Well, UK Prime Minister Liz Truss is calling it quits. She resigned yesterday, saying she cannot deliver the mandate on which she was elected by the Conservative Party. Now, could politics be behind this resignation, or was it as straightforward as her taking wrong decisions, especially around the economy? The opposition is now demanding immediate polls to replace Truss. Let's unpack this now. That's currently unfolding in the UK. I'm joined by Professor Yossi Mekelberg, Senior Consulting Research Fellow at the Chatham House in London. He's also a lecturer at the University of Roehampton. Prof, good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. The shortest in history, the shortest reign of a prime minister in England. And it looks like the major issue was her economic plans, which did not sit well with even her own party.
Hello, thank you for having me. Yeah, this is unprecedented. I think this is the biggest political crisis in the UK, probably since the resignation of Prime Minister Anthony Eden. And this was following the Suez crisis in 1956. This was war, time of war. Yes, the economic crisis, the mini budget was ill-judged, ill-conceived, definitely was the major contribution in the fall of Liz Truss, but also how she approached this kind of thing. We have to remember, she never got a mandate from the British people. She was elected by 160,000 members of the Conservative Party, 70% of them. And she came with a very radical policy. Her first mistake is she appointed only those who supported her from the MPs, from the members of parliament, into government. So automatically, she didn't have the support of large part of the parliamentary section. Bearing also in mind, she was never supported by the MPs in all the rounds of elections among the MPs until they voted to two candidates. She never won. It was also Rishi Sunak. And the third thing, in the middle of economic crisis, when families really struggle with cost of living, to cut taxes from the rich, to remove the cap on bonuses for bankers, and another list of measures that actually support the rich was obviously would have never had the chance to get the support. And this was the quickest downfall of a prime minister, but the way she behaved, that was too long.
Yeah, and now the Tories are busy trying to say, what do they do going forward? Are they either going to manage to choose a leader that would be trusted, or should the British people be bracing themselves for an early general election?
Well, if we look at the opinion polls, if the United Kingdom goes for election today, the Conservatives, the Tories won't even be the biggest opposition party, let alone party in government. So this is 30 points behind Labour. So this is the state of what the public wants. Constitutionally, there is no problem for the Conservatives to elect another leader among themselves, and that's if this person is getting the support of Parliament in a vote of confidence. Constitutionally, it's fine. I think morally, it's completely bankrupt. Doing that 5-6 weeks after the Conservative Party failed so colossally in selecting completely the wrong person with no competence whatsoever to run a country, to come to the very same people and ask them, okay, have a second chance. After the previous prime minister, before Liz Truss, also left with a cloud of scandals one after another, I think if they want any credibility, they need to go and ask for the mandates from the British people.
I want to bring it closer home. South Africa has historic ties with the UK. We've got trading ties with the UK. And we have a huge South African expat population that's in the UK. So the relations are very tight and close. What could be the implication of this leadership challenges that the UK is currently facing be on a country like South Africa?
Well, I think not only with South Africa, generally, the status of the United Kingdom, bear in mind, this is one of the biggest economies in the world, even now, after the value of the pound, thanks to this mini budget. it's a permanent member of the Security Council. This is a member, and as you say, it has special relationship with countries, 56 countries, a member of the Commonwealth, and we have become here a laughing stock of the international community. And this has to be rectified very quickly. We're losing all credibility in our relations with the world, including with countries like South Africa, that sometimes countries look up for one, for historical reason, tradition, all sorts of reasons, look up to the UK. But this is not the case anymore. If we can actually produce a government which is stable, is competent, is decent, it has integrity. And in the last few years, we have seen nothing of that. Bear in mind, we have already 4 prime ministers in 2016. We left Europe, which weakened the UK even further. We are in crisis of Europe because of the issue of Northern Ireland, and prime minister keep changing here. And under these circumstances, I'm afraid that other countries, including South Africa, will look for closer ties with other parts of the world.
Oh, thank you very much, Prof, for your time and insights, as always, here on Today on eNCA. We really appreciate you talking to us all the way from London. It is something to be watched very closely, of course, what's going to happen with leadership in the UK. Now,